My wife said, "If you can't handle it, then it's over." I replied, "Okay, then it's over for us." Then I packed my bags, walked out of the house, cut off financial support, and I just watched as my wife, her mom, and her sister scrambled over rent and a future I refused to keep funding. Welcome back to AR Tales. Today's story is about my sister and mom are moving in. If you can't handle it, it's over. As you listen, notice the exact moment where you think the marriage really ended. I am 33 and 3 days ago I walked out of my marriage. My wife is 31. We have been married for 4 years, together for 6. We rent a house. The lease is in her name only because her credit score was better when we moved in 2 years ago. The rent is $2,400 per month. On paper, it looks like her house. In reality, I have been paying $2,000 of that every month. She pays $400 from her part-time retail job. She brings in maybe $1,800 a month. I make around $75,000 a year as an IT project manager. I cover most of the bills. She handles groceries and some of her personal stuff. It was not perfectly equal, but it worked. We were even saving for a house. I had about $28,000 set aside as our down payment fund. Last Tuesday, I got home from work around 6 in the evening. My wife was at the kitchen table. So were her mom and her younger sister, who is 28. Immediate bad feeling. Her mom lives 2 hours away. Her sister lives across the country. Random Tuesday, both here waiting. "We need to talk," my wife said. I sat down. "Okay, what's going on?" Her mom started. "I'm losing my apartment," she said. "Rent went up $600 and I can't afford it on disability." Her sister added, "And I just lost my job. I can't make rent in my city anymore. I need to regroup." I waited for the part where they asked what I thought. It never came. My wife took my hand. "So they're going to move in with us," she said. "It makes sense. We have 3 bedrooms. They need help. We're family." I pulled my hand back. "Wait," I said. "You're deciding this without asking me." "I'm telling you this is happening," she said. "They're family." "How long?" I asked. Her mom said, "Until I find something affordable, maybe 6 months." Her sister said, "Same." "Until I find a new job and save up first and last month's rent. Probably 6 months, maybe a year." In real life, 6 months often means as long as we can get away with it. When timelines are that open-ended and nobody mentions a plan, it is not help, it is a takeover. "Where's my input in this?" I asked. My wife's face went hard. "They're my family," she said. "My name is on the lease. If you can't handle supporting family when they need help, maybe we need to reconsider things." That was the ultimatum. Right there. In front of her mom and sister, who both nodded along like this was normal. I sat there for about 10 seconds and pictured the next year of my life. Sharing space with my mother-in-law and sister-in-law. No privacy. My money supporting 4 adults instead of 2. Being told that if I disliked any of it, I was a bad husband. "Okay," I said. She frowned. "Okay what?" she asked. "Okay, we're done," I said. "If that's how you want to play it, we're over." Silence. Her mom's jaw actually dropped. "You're what?" my wife said, standing up. "You're seriously breaking up our marriage over this?" "No," I said. "You issued an ultimatum. I'm just accepting one of the options you gave me. You said if I can't handle it, we're over. I can't handle it, so we're over." "I didn't mean it like that," she said. "Then you shouldn't have said it," I replied. "You made a unilateral decision about our living situation, told me your name is on the lease so my opinion doesn't matter, and handed me a choice. I'm choosing the door." Sometimes the turning point in a relationship is quiet. No yelling, just a decision that will not be taken back. I went to the bedroom and started packing. They all followed me, talking over each other. "You're being ridiculous," my wife said. "This is what marriage is about, supporting each other," her mom said. "Wow, so you're just abandoning her when family needs help," her sister added. I kept packing clothes, toiletries, laptop, documents, the essentials. It took about 40 minutes. "Where are you even going to go?" my wife asked, now crying. "Hotel tonight," I said. "I'll figure out the rest tomorrow." "You can't just leave," she said. "Watch me," I said. The lease is in your name, remember, so what is your problem now? You want to move them in, go ahead, but I'm not paying for it. Her mom stepped in front of me. You're married, she said. You have obligations. And she just told me I have no say in our home, I replied. You can't have it both ways. I grabbed my bags, walked out while they yelled in the driveway, got in my car and drove to a hotel, checked into a generic room, sat on the bed and just breathed. My phone started blowing up. Calls from my wife, texts from her, her mom, her sister. I turned the phone off and went to sleep. The next morning, I called a buddy from work who is going through a divorce. He gave me his lawyer's info. I called, booked a consultation for Friday. Thursday, I turned my phone back on. 86 text messages, highlights, please come home, we can talk about this. You're overreacting. How am I supposed to pay rent? You're a disgrace, abandoning your wife in her time of need. Hope you're happy leaving 3 women homeless. That last one actually made me laugh. They were not homeless. They had a house. They just wanted me to keep funding it. I did not respond. I went to work, did my job, kept my phone on silent. Friday, I sat with the lawyer. He explained that since the house is not in my name, I have zero legal obligation to keep paying the rent. He told me to document everything. The ultimatum, the fact that she made the decision in front of witnesses. He said, you do not have to stay in a place where you are treated like a wallet instead of a partner. That evening, I sent one text to my wife. I meant what I said. We're done. Get a lawyer. All communication goes through them from now on. Then I blocked her, her mom, and her sister. I found a 1-bedroom apartment I could move into in 2 weeks for $1,400 a month, cheaper than the $2,000 I had been paying toward her rental. The first of the month came and went. Through mutual friends, I heard how it went. My wife tried to call from different numbers. I blocked them. She showed up at my job. Security stopped her in the lobby. My boss called me down. She was crying, making a scene. He is abandoning me, she said. We're separated, I said. Please leave my workplace. We need to talk about rent, she said. I can't afford it. That's not my problem anymore, I said. The house is in your name. You issued the ultimatum. I accepted it. We're done. You can't just stop paying bills. We're married, she said. Get a lawyer, I said. All communication goes through them. I'm not doing this here. Security escorted her out. My boss asked if I was okay. I gave him a short version. He said to let him know if she came back. Soon after, her lawyer sent a letter to mine demanding that I continue paying marital expenses like rent and groceries. My lawyer read it to me over the phone and almost sounded amused. The house is not in your name, he said. She told you your opinion didn't matter because the lease was hers. She cannot have it both ways. He responded formally. I had no obligation to the lease. Her sister got through from a new number. You need to help with rent, she wrote. Mom had to loan us money. We're going to get evicted because of you. At least pay through the end of the lease. You're really going to let your wife become homeless, I replied once. I left because I wasn't wanted unless I was a wallet. Block this number. Then I blocked her too. Through a mutual friend, I heard the rest. Her mom loaned them $1,500 to cover most of the rent. She did not have that kind of money. She took a payday loan at 30% interest. The 3 of them were now crammed into the house, already fighting about bedrooms and chores. The landlord noticed extra people and called, asking if there were now 4 occupants. The lease had a clause about long-term guests needing to be added. She tried to claim they were temporary visitors. The desperation was starting to set in. Meanwhile, my life got quiet in a good way. I moved into my new place. 1 bedroom, my own furniture, no one else's stuff. Rent is $1,400. After utilities, food, gas, and everything, I am still saving more than I ever did while paying most of that house. My down payment fund is growing again. I am hitting the gym in the complex, cooking my own food, playing games with friends online, actually sleeping without stress. The weird part is not that they are struggling. It is that they are angry at me for not fixing it. They are mad that the ultimatum worked in a way they did not expect. Her mom found my work email and sent a long message titled "Disappointing." It was 3 paragraphs about how I failed as a husband, how family supports family, how I would regret this. I forwarded it to my lawyer and deleted it. Her lawyer tried again, asked me to attend mediation, clearly hoping I would cave and resume paying for the house. My lawyer wrote back that I was willing to mediate the divorce, but not to restart financial support for the rental. This is where natural consequences show up. You can open the door, but you do not get to choose which way the wind blows. The divorce process moved forward. At a hearing, her lawyer tried to argue that I had abandoned the marital home and should keep paying rent until everything was final. The judge was not impressed, especially after seeing the text where she said, "My name is on the lease. If you can't handle it, maybe we need to reconsider things." The judge ruled that I had no obligation to pay rent on a property not in my name, given the circumstances of the separation. He did order me to keep my health insurance for her until the divorce was final. That is about $80 a month. I can live with that. Outside the courtroom, my wife apparently melted down. She was yelling that I had trapped her, that she could not afford rent, that I was destroying her life. Her own lawyer told her that this was what happens when you sign things and issue ultimatums without thinking about the consequences. Around the same time, her sister found a part-time retail job making around $1,600 a month. You would think this would help. Instead, she immediately decided she needed a car. Fair point, public transit in our area is bad, but she had no savings and bad credit. So she asked my wife to co-sign. Desperate to keep her sister as a contributor, my wife agreed. They got a used Honda with a $380 monthly payment. Her sister is supposed to pay it. My wife is legally on the hook if she does not. They are already behind and they added another bill. The math got even worse. Rent, utilities, car payment, groceries, gas, payday loan repayment. It was a slow-motion disaster. Then there was the neon purple bedroom. Her sister painted one of the rooms without permission. The lease forbids that. The landlord came for an inspection, saw it, and sent a notice. Repaint to the original color in 30 days or pay a $500 fee and risk non-renewal. They did not have $500. They barely had paint money. Her sister's response was, "I didn't know I couldn't paint. It's our room now." The entitlement did not start with my wife. It seemed baked into the whole family system. Meanwhile, my life became simple. I set up a desk for work and gaming. My kitchen is clean. My bathroom is mine alone. After all my normal bills, I am saving $800 to $1,000 a month. My house fund is on track again. I might be able to buy a small place in a year or two. My wife tried one more emotional angle through a mutual friend. The message was that she missed me. Things were hard and could we work it out? I sent back a simple line. Get the divorce finalized. That's working it out. We eventually signed the separation agreement. No kids, no shared property, no shared debt. We split the tax refund from last year 50-50. About $3,400 total, so I got $1,700. Her lawyer tried to argue that I should give her my half to help with expenses. My lawyer shut that down quickly. The final hearing was short. The judge asked if we both understood and accepted the terms. We said yes. 15 minutes later it was done. I am officially single again. The money from the refund went into my savings. I walked out of the courthouse feeling strangely calm. Not happy, not sad. Just free. A few weeks before that final hearing, things for them got even harder. Her mom had a medical emergency. Not life-threatening, but serious enough for an ER visit and follow-up. Even with Medicare, there were co-pays and prescriptions. It cost about $800 they did not have. They missed rent for the first time. The landlord served a 5-day notice to pay or quit. My ex left a voicemail begging me to help just this once. "Please, I'll pay you back. We'll figure something out." I did not respond. I listened once, then deleted it. They managed to scrape together enough to avoid immediate eviction. I heard that her sister borrowed from a friend, but the landlord was now watching closely. 2 weeks later, he served a notice of non-renewal. The lease ends in 2 months. He is not renewing because of unauthorized occupants, unauthorized painting, late rent and occupancy limits. 4 adults was more than the property allowed. They have 2 months to find a new place. Nobody wants to rent to them. My ex now has a late rent notice on her record. Her credit took a hit. Her sister has bad credit and little rental history. Her mom is on disability. They applied to multiple places, all rejected. Her lawyer tried one last request to mine. Would I co-sign a lease for them just to help them get approved somewhere? My lawyer did not even bring it to me before replying. Absolutely not. Client has no obligation to assist former spouse with housing, especially given the circumstances. When he told me afterward, I bought him a bottle of bourbon as a thank you. From what I hear now, they are planning to split up. Her mom might move back to her old area to find a cheaper place. Her sister is looking at moving in with a friend. My ex is trying to find a studio she can afford on her own. $1,800 a month does not go far in our rental market. The irony is heavy. They were ready to blow up my marriage to all live together. They told me if I could not handle it, it was over. Now they are being forced apart anyway, not by me, but by reality. If they had come to me differently, things might have been different. If it had been, hey, my mom and sister are struggling. Can we talk about helping them short term? Maybe we could have found a plan. A time limit, a budget, conditions, but they did not ask. They demanded. They issued an ultimatum and expected me to fold. Someone in the comments on my original post said, "Play stupid games, win stupid prizes." That stuck with me. It describes this perfectly. I ran into one of her cousins at the store. "You're really going to abandon her when her family needs help," she said. "She chose her family over our marriage when she issued that ultimatum," I said. "I'm just respecting her priorities." "She's struggling," the cousin said. "Don't you care?" "I care that I was treated like an ATM instead of a partner," I said. "She made choices. These are the consequences." "You're so cold," she said. "No," I said. "I'm just done being a doormat." The wildest part is that not one of them has apologized. Not my ex, not her mom, not her sister. They still talk as if I destroyed their family, as if I had some duty to keep paying for a house where my opinion did not matter. Yesterday I got a text from an unknown number. It was my ex on someone else's phone. "I hope you're happy," she wrote. "You destroyed our family." I blocked the number without replying. But yes, I am happy. Happier than I have been in years. She did not lose our marriage because I refused to pay rent. She lost it when she decided that her mom and sister came before our partnership and that my only role was to fund the fallout. I just stopped participating. The divorce is final. I am free. They are facing the natural consequences of their actions. I am building a better next chapter. Looking back, here are some of the clearest lessons from this story. Lesson 1. An ultimatum is not a conversation. If someone uses "do this or it's over," they are choosing control over partnership. Lesson 2. Big changes to your home, your money, or your daily life need agreement from both partners. "My name is on the lease" is not a healthy argument in a marriage. Lesson 3. Being asked to support family for a limited time is one thing. Being told you have no say and must pay for everyone is something very different. Lesson 4. You are allowed to walk away when you are treated like a wallet instead of a partner, even if other people call you selfish. Lesson 5. Natural consequences are not cruelty. When adults make repeated entitled choices, it is not your job to protect them from the results forever. Lesson 6. People who never apologize and always cast themselves as victims will often stay stuck in the same patterns, with or without you. What would you have done the moment your partner said, "My family is moving in. If you can't handle it, it's over"? Have you ever been in a situation where an ultimatum forced you to choose between your self-respect and a relationship?